Carnival is over, all the name of the group who also had a hit with Morningtown Ride. Yes, the Seekers are back. 30 years ago, they were the toast of the West as they appeared in Panto here in Bristol. Well, now the Australian folk group are bringing back the memories in a farewell concert at the Royal Albert Hall. And they haven't changed too much since we filmed them 30 years ago.
Of all the Aussies who came to Britain on a working holiday in the swinging 60s, the Seekers went home the richest. They had hit after hit, a Royal Command performance and an Academy Award nomination for Georgie Girl.
Inside you.
Now back in Britain, 25 years after they broke up, a little greyer and a lot wiser, they're anonymous in a way which would have been impossible in the 60s.
You recognise the Seekers?
No.
You recognise the people behind me?
No, not so.
These people couldn't have walked along this London street a quarter of a century ago without being mobbed. But now look at them. The Seekers are back in town.
Don't you know that's the line? We're staying home tonight, far away from the bustle.
The first Australian pop group to break into the international music scene, they even beat the Rolling Stones and the Beatles to a #1 world chart spot. Now Judith, Keith, Athel and Bruce have reformed for a one and only farewell tour to satisfy their millions of fans who were stunned by their sudden breakup in 1968 after just 4 years. So I asked them in their London hotel, why did you throw it all away?
Well, we'd had 4 lovely years together, of course. We came over to England in 1964, actually, and we'd done, you know, all the best things there were to do all around the world. And I personally just really felt like a change, and I gave the 3 guys 6 months' notice, and we broke up in the July of 1968.
So it's nothing to do with your cooking after all?
No, I'm glad to say.
No, not that we admit to. She handed her cards in.
Yeah. But actually, I mean, I never realised that the music would live in people's hearts as long as it has. And in fact, I think it's become even more popular in a way because nothing seems to have come along to sort of equal it in some way.
Many in the West Country have fond memories of seeing them in Panto at the Bristol Hippodrome in 1966. That's when we filmed them hamming it up to Georgie Girl on Brandon Hill.
What was interesting about that is at the time Georgie Girl was nominated for an Academy Award as Best Song, and they wanted us to go over there to be at the awards, but we couldn't go because we couldn't get out of the Panto. They wouldn't let us out.
But you did perform for us at a place called Brandon Hill. I don't know if you remember.
Yes, I do, yes.
Yeah, a very famous landmark in Bristol. And you chased Judith around the tower, I remember.
Well, she probably deserved it.
Said you're cooking again, or
I think one of the marvellous things about getting together again is there is a friendship and a bond between us all that obviously, you know, the music, you know, bonds in one sense, a lot of joy playing together, but the friendship is even better and much more fun.
Those lucky enough to have tickets for the Albert Hall reunion concerts are guaranteed an evening of favourite melodies and nostalgia. And many will be wondering why the Seekers stopped singing for so long. Indeed, why they ever stopped at all.
Well, the man who interviewed them 30 years ago is the